You know when you live abroad and you see things that make you go, why don't we have this in the Philippines? Hey my loves, it's Quinn. I'm born and raised in Manila, Philippines, and I moved to America last 2024. So after living here in the US for a year now, I made a list of 10 American things I wish we had in the Philippines, and the last one, it's not just convenient, it's literally life-changing. So stay with me on this video and kwentuhan tayo, okay? When I first moved here, I didn't notice these 10 things right away, but these small things kept surprising me. And the first one is America's return policies. So I know in the Philippines, returning stuff you bought is almost impossible since they really try to make the process long as possible, especially when you already opened the thing that you purchased. But here, boy oh boy, I remember I went to Costco with Soyun and we got this beef jerky snack and I tried it, but I didn't like it. We returned it. They just smiled, scanned the receipt, no questions asked except if I wanted cash or card, and then they refunded me. Hindi katulad sa Pilipinas, dami pang patutsada, di ba? Second thing I wish the Philippines have is a wide sidewalk. So when Soyun went to visit me in Manila for the first time, he was so confused where the sidewalk is. So sabi ko, since di uso yung sidewalk sa atin, lakasan lang ng loob tsaka prayers. So when it came to the States, I really appreciated how smooth, how big, how wide the sidewalks are here. I just think that it would be easier and much more safer for Filipinos, to get around in the cities or even the provinces if we have proper and wide sidewalks. Third thing is free refills. I know this is probably part of the restaurants or cafes marketing here, but free refills are everywhere here. I'm talking about appetizers and drinks, not just sodas or tea, but even coffee. So sa Pinas, that would be a dream. Fourth thing is seasonal sales, and we're not just talking about Shopee or Lazada 11/11 or 12/12 sale here with maximum 20% discount. I'm talking about Black Friday sale, Thanksgiving sale, Labor Day sale, like up to 90% off. They're not kidding when they say it's on sale here. Fifth thing is Amazon speed delivery. Mapapa-amen ka na lang talaga sa bilis. So one time, I ordered my skincare at Amazon at 9 p.m. And guess what? It arrived the morning after. In the Philippines, you'd have to wait for days, even weeks, and pray it doesn't get lost. I just want to add that even with groceries here, you could do same-day deliveries. Probably in the Philippines, they do this already, but I'm just so amazed. Anyways, so sixth is drive through everything. And I'm not just talking about fast food chains or cafe, When I say everything, I mean like pharmacies and even banks. So one time, I needed cash. So I told Soyun, punta kami ng bank. And then, pagdating namin doon, I was so confused. So, I was gonna get out of the car to withdraw some money. Pero, di na pala kailangan bumaba ng kotse kasi nga, nandun na yung ATM machine mismo dun sa driveway. So, nangangain ng tanga, di ba? But it's so efficient, so convenient. I like it. Anyways, I can't stress this enough. But the next one is, I wish the Philippines has the same healthcare system like the US. Okay, before you comment and say the US healthcare has broken system too, blah blah blah. I know that already, sis. So my point is, in the Philippines, I've seen families struggle to get admitted without, paying first. A great example would be my Lola. Doctor was suggesting to do a biopsy on her to get more information about her cancer, but we weren't able to do that, and then she passed away soon after. Yeah, they were asking for this certain amount, like in cash, which my family didn't have. And it's just unfortunate, So yeah, anyways, dito, I know someone who needed a major surgery. They didn't have a health insurance or even have money for an upfront payment. But they were still able to do the operation on her, and now she's healing and better. So I'm not saying the US healthcare system is perfect, but this part, it just saves lives. The eighth thing is accessibility for persons with with disability. So it breaks my heart knowing that the Philippines are lacking PWD-friendly facilities, you know. Here in the States, there are tons, you know, designated parking, hindi lang isa or dalawa or tatlo, apat, lima. You know, there's a lot. And minsan nga kulang pa eh. And yeah, like there's ramps as well, accessible restrooms, and thoughtful layouts, you know, in the malls, parks, and even restaurants. Anyways, so speaking of restaurants, the second to the last thing on this list is tipping culture. Believe it or not, tipping here is almost mandatory even when the service sucks. After paying your total bill here, they are going to suggest to give at least 15% of the amount you paid for the tip. I complain a lot on this to Soyun. Masakit na siguro yung tenga niya. You know, because I'm so used to the top notch or even just, you know, the baseline service I get from the Philippines that doesn't even compare to their bare minimum service here. So frustrating. So I know some people would disagree with me on this, but I really think nothing beats the Jet2 holiday. And right now, just kidding. I mean, nothing beats the hospitality and service of Filipino workers. So I think if tipping culture becomes almost mandatory in the Philippines as well, it's not just gonna be, you know, an extra income for the workers. I know it's gonna go a long way for those hardworking Filipinos, and they really deserve it, you know. So yeah, and last and most important American thing I wish we have in the Philippines is how fast the emergency response speed is here. I live in Orange County, and let me tell you this, you know, the cops, the 911, the firefighters, the emergency response team, they don't mess around here. Okay, story time. Just this past 4th of July, we were at Huntington Beach and some crazy person hit the electrical lines with the fireworks. So natumba yung dalawang poste and nawala ng kuryente. And I'm not kidding when I say this happened around like 10 p.m. And within 5 minutes, firefighters and responders came to make sure no one was hurt. And within 4 hours, they fixed the electrical posts and meron ng kuryente. Like, how good is that, right? Because I know this will probably take 3 business days to 1 week or 2 weeks in the Philippines. Hello, Meralco, diba? I just think that if we had this speed back home, imagine how many lives could be saved, culprits could be caught, and emergencies that could be resolved, you know, efficiently, instantly. And it just like saves a lot of time and money too, and resources and all that stuff. So yeah, those are my 10, some fun and some serious, but all American things I wish we had in the Philippines. Which one do you think would make the biggest difference? Comment down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.